Top of it, top of the tops is Thunder Hill Raceway. SuperD New Year's Eve. This is an annual thing. The last time I drove this car here was the New Year's Eve event before we sent this car to Georgia for it to get destroyed. We're gonna let Jaylen rock out. We're gonna have some fun, start light, and we'll see where we go. It's a good day to not have to have tires or anything. The learning curve is dropped and increased because it's slippery, but the pace is slow. So everything is kind of gonna happen in slow-mo, but once we get in the groove, things will pick up and be a little bit faster, a lot faster actually. So let me help Jaylen with this and we'll get everything cracking. And the trumpet's playing, that means it's time to rock and roll, get live and get ready to drive. Driver's meeting's done. I'll do a couple just to see what the surface feels like so I can explain it to you. Cause street sliding in the rain ain't this. You'll go with me on a couple of rides and then it'll be all you. We'll see how it goes. The back is like super icy, so on your movements, your front is your anchor, and the more you do this, the more the front's gonna move and whip the rear around. So it needs to be super smooth. I'll see if I can dial something in on this one. Damn, few of your runs, man. What you feeling like?
Good. Really confident, and at least the rain a little bit.
Hey, this is not an interview. Don't speak like that. Speak regular, man. Be on the regs. He said, I feel really good, and I'm getting my confidence. All right. Hey, man, it's slippery as fuck out here, dude. I was doing terribly when we first started, and I had to figure it out. We dropped the tire pressure to like 20, because right here for us, I've made a terrible tire choice. I think I have said that. If I haven't, I'm saying it right now. The tires that we usually have on the rear in the dry helps this car immensely. It has a lot of traction and it moves around freely. Out here in the wet, it's ice capades like that. So the front has way more grip than the rear does. So it adds a little element of some weirdness to me because I'm used to the rear having more grip than the front. But Jaylen, you know, F my apprehensions and my doubts on whatever the car setup is. I just say go for it, have some fun. And this is a perfect learning experience for him because you learn where the grip goes and where you feel it at. So this guy's been doing his thing. Have you been having fun though?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like my runs are getting better. If I could just link this section right here.
But you are linking it though.
Ish.
That shit mad loud.
Yeah, so what I do right there is, before I even start my initiation to like, I pass the better part. So now I hit half throttle halfway, a little bit of that, like,
yeah.
And then I just let the
that nigga got spinners on the front.
I'll let the throttle rotate the car.
Yeah.
Because if I clutch kick it, it's gonna be too much.
It's gonna spin, yeah.
So I need half throttle, pedal it out, let the car transition, and from there I just kind of steer it.
Woo! Yeah. So this is Super D for us. Good practice sessions for something that we're never ever able to get. It's always dry out here for the most part. So this gives me some confidence because I never get wet practice, and Jaylen's just starting off ripping through the wet. So it's all good. We're having some fun. Everybody's here. Mostly everybody's over there. But we're on the skid pad. Yeah, Seto, he has been driving the Seto the last couple days. A Seto steering and the high horsepower car pretty much feels like this.
Yeah, but all that, like, as soon as the tires go out and it's high pressure and everything,
yeah,
it's slippery, so that kind of played with this.
Right, so he has been doing that. I think the last 2-3 days he's been running that, 3 or 4 days. He's been on it, on the Seto, and that pretty much feels very similar. So, shit, he prepped. I mean, we probably got some video. We can put it in right here. He's prepped and we're doing some stuff, so let's just keep having some fun. dumb, but it's such good practice. I don't never get good runs in the wet, so this is much needed.
Bro, my tires are bald. So, and it's fluffy.
Alright, so Jalen's had quite a few runs, and it's getting wetter, and it's going back to super slippery again. Now, he hasn't made the decision to bring it in yet, which he should have made. The tires aren't going to get any better, the rear tires, that is. So, you know, it's kind of a practice tact thing. I'm letting him go to see if he figures it out. I'm not going to wave him in yet, although I really do want to. Well, we'll see what he does on this one. Wait, he got on it. Good. Wait. Good deal. And this is why I'm not trying to flag him in. I want to, but I want him to learn. I want him to figure this shit out.
For that whole time. Let's go. That's exactly what I needed to do that whole time. Let's go. Thank God. I finally found it. Finally, boy. It's smoothing. It looks good, feels good. Just gotta make it smooth.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that was perfect.
The mirror's too slippery now. It's probably sprinkling. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in.
We are back at the crib doing the video, and I realized that we hadn't even filmed the outro. Damn, we put these tires down on like 12, 14 PSI. I've never ran tires that low. That's wild. But yeah, man, how'd you feel? How'd your day go? What do you think about the car? What did you think about your full day experience doing the drift though, boy?
I want to hurry up and get it painted. And
What the paint got to do with driving?
Nothing.
Okay.
Make it just look one color.
What the hell that got to do with driving though?
Nothing.
What do you think about the car?
It's good.
What do you think about your driving experience in the rain?
It's good. I don't know. It's for my first time actually going out and able to like just drive and not be like nervous.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting because most of the time in the dry, like my performance ain't like all the way up there like it was this time. Like this time I felt like I was like in the sim. Cause like in the seat,
I was gonna say,
like,
what was the difference? Because you've done fine in the drive before. What do you think it was the difference?
I think just the rain gave me that extra like kind of like slip out, so just helped the car like kind of glide itself out.
That the effort to initiate the drift was easier.
Yeah, so I just kind of used that as an advantage to just let the car like kind of slope and do its thing.
Because that was actually the toughest learning curve that you could have got. As I said, I may have mentioned it. I may have put it in. Like I said, I'm finishing editing the video when I realized we didn't do an outro because we were getting flash flood warnings and stuff. So we loaded up and headed home so we didn't get caught up in it. So you can see my tires and everything. It's hell to pay coming through there. But it was terrible weather. So for the weather, always, I've been on 615s in the front of the white car and these in the rear, but these aren't bald, but they just have a little edge wear, and they are kind of old because these are takeoffs from the white car, so they've been heat cycled, they've been used for a long time, and then they come down to this car. So these tires were relatively slick as hell. They had no feeling or life left in them. So although they did work, and they do work really good in the dry for this car, in the cold, wet, it was not a good option. I was surprised that these Federals actually did as well as they did on the front. And I have a couple of those. I had planned to, we burned off some because that's what the Vert drives on. We had planned to pull some off of the RX-8 and put them on the back of here, but it was raining so bad, I said, no big deal, and I went with those. So it was a bad tire choice on my part, and it made it really challenging for me as well as for Jaylen, but I just let Jaylen have fun and go for it. So you did a good deal, dude. Good driving. It was dope seeing you get excited about getting your run together, because I wanted you to bring it in. Like, before you figured what made you click, I was like, damn, you had like 3 runs that weren't like,
I was spinning out and stuff.
Yeah, but you would have it, and then you do something, you were giving it a clutch kick and it would spin the car. It's like, damn, if you didn't clutch kick, you would have been all right. So I was like, man, maybe you should wave him in real quick, but I'll let you stay out there, and you figured it out on your own, and ended up having like 5 solid runs back to back to back. So that was great. So what we will do, as you guys notice on the footage, there's no handbrake being used. It doesn't work good at all. It's good enough to hold the car like on the driveway, but it don't work. It doesn't work like that. So we're going to throw a handbrake in here. On the dry, like I said, any tire is good, but in the wet, we do now know that wet testing allowed us to see that there's a specific tire that this thing needs, because it doesn't have big angle. This car does not have big angle on the front. So the white car, when I've driven in the rain, I've been able to save it because I have an angle. This car doesn't have it, and it just spins out. So we need a specific tire for this. I want to do coilovers, handbrake, tire, and then we go back out there, and then you have some fun. So that was solid. You're gonna get another day like this of some dry driving, and after that with a handbrake, once I teach you how to chase in tandem, that's really all you really need the handbrake for.
I think
you're gonna be on game.
My comfortability of driving without a handbrake, because most of the time, like on the sim,
you always
I kind of like use the handbrake as like a extra leverage, but now that I just letting the car do its thing on throttle, it kind of, I don't know, handbrake is.
But you understood it, and that's why the rain was cool, because yeah, you could just do it on the throttle and make the car move. So now you understand how that works. So now in the dry, you just do more pedal. It's more throttle and stuff, and then you get to do the shit that you like to do, chuck the hell out the car. So when we get back to some dry, then that's when you're gonna be like, whoa, because at that point you're gonna be like, yeah, and on that little pedal that you love doing, yeah, you're gonna be really ripping with that. So this was promising. I was hyped that Austin jumped in behind you and he gave you a little bit of pressure. He gave you exactly what I would have gave you if I was chasing you, to be right there on you, make all the noise, try to distract you, even though I kept seeing you take your hand off the wheel trying to wave at him, but some dumbass shit.
No, actually, at first I was gonna reach down for the handbrake. I'm like, I have no handbrake, because coming around that corner,
yeah,
like, I have no handbrake. So I'm like, okay, well, let me put my hand back on the steering wheel. That's when my hand went up like this. Because I was gonna pull it up to, like, I don't know.
But yeah, that was a good ring to throw in the situation that you wasn't totally on point for, but that was cool. But yeah, we're gonna get better, and once the car's dialed and you're dialed driving it, because there's no sense of making it pretty just yet if you go and clobber this into something. So once you're dialed driving and you're ripping the car to shreds, then, and it's not going to take too long. It ain't going to be too long, but then that's the point that we go ahead and make him pretty again. So coilovers, handbrake, your equipment, because again, you're still driving with my seat set up and everything. That's hella far back. So once we put all your stuff in it, handbrake, coilovers, and a consistent tire, I think you should be fire in this. So yeah, good deal, man. Close the video out.
Everybody make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I see no sun.
Hey, we had a sunny ass day yesterday, which was such a tease, but yeah.
But yeah, make sure y'all, stay tuned. A lot of stuff will hopefully be happening in 2023.
2023, we having some fun. We're going to continue doing what we were doing. Last year, we did a lot of bikes. This year, apparently, he's ready to rock. So we going to do a lot of car shit. It's cloudy and it's cold as hell, and it's time for some breakfast, and I'm going to finish editing. We out.
Give him 2.